Everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you today with the Hump Day edition of Today in Sports Betting. This is the MLB side, and to take a look at all the Major League Baseball games going on in America today. Who better to join me than my daily partner in crime and the one, the only. He is Scott Reichel. Scotty, what's up?
Nothing much. The truth is that I had a question to ask you because I genuinely forgot. Was one of my best bets Toronto team total under 4.5 or 5.5?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
I believe it was 4.5.
That's a bad beat. So that is definitely a bad beat. So, yeah, baseball, you win some, you lose some. But that –
Tell us what happened there, Scott.
Well, Toronto was up 4-1 going into the top of the ninth, which means the only way you lose is if the Marlins score 3 runs and tie.
Right.
Ravelli hit a 3-run homer in the top of the ninth to tie the game, and then Toronto walked it off in extras. So they ended up with 5.
Yeah, that's one of those desperation bets if you're on the other side where you're like, well, I need a miracle. And
yeah, you're looking over like, the only way that I have a shot is if the Marlins somehow score 3 runs in the ninth after scoring 1 run for the first 8 innings. And Francisco Cervelli, former Yankee, decides it's time to be great. And just to lose the game in extras. What a homie. Even for the over-under. It was at 8 or 8.5.
Yeah. That was
that's a moose, according to Scott Van Pelt over there.
A beat all the way around there. So, all right. Well, let's take a look at today's schedule, and we've got a few early games. We're going to just kind of going to eschew those because by the time that we get everything processed and up and running, those games will at least be over or at least be going.
So you're telling me that I can't rant about Arizona and Colorado's bullpens? That is so unfortunate. You see that game yesterday? That was hilarious.
Oh, the Colorado-Arizona game?
That took a borderline miracle for the over. That was funny.
Yeah, another one that ended up, 8-7 Colorado there.
I don't know if you actually followed the box score in that game, though. That was really funny.
No, I didn't.
So we both talked about on yesterday's show how we like the first 5 under because
which was it? So it was like 6.5 or 5. What we get it?
It was I think it was 6.5, and they totaled 3 runs because we both said we liked the pitchers.
Yeah.
Colorado. Wait, so just to be clear, they had 4 runs going into the 8th inning.
Right.
So the total was 12. The Rockies scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and Arizona scored 5 runs in the top of the 9th, and the game ended up with 15 runs.
Yeah.
That is, if that's not Colorado baseball, I don't really know what is.
Coors Field at its finest, my friend.
But yeah, if you were an over better, you had 11 runs in the final inning over there. That's pretty good.
And now they're playing a day game with
Luke Weaver on the mound.
Luke Weaver on the mound. There I like the over. And for the record, you and I, the game has not started yet. You and I are at 11:45 Eastern time as we record this. So no games have started yet.
I think San Antonio is okay, but I'm not going to suddenly say, "Oh, he's a superstar." I think
I would play the over there. Consider the team total over in Colorado. I'm going to play the White Sox against Matt Boyd, and I'd probably play the under in the Oakland Los Angeles game.
I'd probably lean to Oakland. I know Oakland lost the first game into the series, but Bassett's actually been a very underrated pitcher for Oakland. And
I know. But Griffin Canning has not been terrible.
I know, but I'm pretty sure Oakland's won each of Bassett's last 6 starts. So he's actually been one of their most productive starters in terms of results. So I lean to Oakland, but as a whole, my favorite play would be Colorado over. I feel like that's just they're explaining that to you.
Yeah, I'll have a bet on that one and make that one as I do my work and watch that as I do my work. So, all right, so let's get started with what is actionable by the time this will be up, and that is going to be the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. Kyle Hendricks goes for the Cubbies against Carlos Carrasco for Cleveland.
How about the Indians again? First 5 under. Lester came through.
Yeah, Lester had him.
Put 6 runs in the 6th, but that's as a wise man once said, not my problem.
Not my problem. Cleveland favored here behind Carrasco, -119, 7.5 is the number. Scott, tell me why I shouldn't take Kyle Hendricks at plus money.
Because you can take the first 5 under if you want. No, at the same point, the reason why I guess you shouldn't do that is because the Cubs bullpen is so bad, but Cleveland can't hit. We've gone through this so many times. They can't. What, they have one run yesterday?
Yeah, that's 7.5 is the total. That's ridiculous.
The low total. I'm assuming the first 5 will be probably 4 with juice to the under.
It is 4 with juice to the under -120. You are correct, sir.
So I'm still going to lean to the under. Hendricks has been a little bit streaky, but when he's on, he is on. And with Cleveland's offense, I would not surprise me to see Hendricks go 5 innings, 1 run. I think Carrasco can go 5 innings, 2 runs. I'll take the first 5 under there at 4.
Okay, all right. That's a
I
fair.
agree with you though on Chicago. I don't really know how they're an underdog here.
That's a fair play. I'm going to take Kyle Hendricks at plus money on that as well.
I just like I like how Carrasco's pitch. Good for him coming back from the cancer situation.
Great, yeah, pitch very well. Both these guys either have a whip of 1 or below. So yeah, both pitchers have been pitching very well. Miami, Toronto. Poor Marlins, man. You just when you thought they were going to actually make a run there, Jordan Yamamoto goes.
Just when you actually thought they're going to make a run there for about 1 day, everything came crashing down.
For the Fish against Nate Pearson for Toronto.
I can't believe it. They're about to blow their lead over the Braves. Who would have thought that would have happened? Really didn't see that coming.
No, that ain't it. And I'm not. We've talked about this ad nauseum.
That whole division's a crapshoot.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about the Braves and that pitching staff.
See that Phillies pitching staff against Baltimore yesterday?
that was ugly too.
Nobody can pitch in that division. It's really
fun. I'm so rooting for Baltimore and Miami. I'm just so excited.
I love to see Baltimore as the second team in the AL East.
God, that'd be just
I just think that's funny.
So good. So good. Listen to all the people in Boston pitch, all the people that were Tampa Bay backers. Love it. Chaos, man. I love it.
We're going to stick a fork on a team, but Boston's showing all the signs of a team to stick a fork in.
Yeah, absolutely. In this one, Toronto's big favorite, -160, +148 on the Fish. I'm probably going to play the run line here behind Nate Pearson. This kid has impressed me so far.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly as sharp as he was in his second start, but that's pretty difficult when you go 5 scoreless in your first ever start. You can only be better than that at all.
Yeah.
So it still looks very good. Yamamoto got shelled by Baltimore in his last start, I believe. So I'd lean to Toronto as well. If I really wanted to lean anywhere, though, I'd probably lean to – trying to think of any value here. That's the problem. I guess Miami team total under, maybe. Because Pearson can go 6, and I don't think Miami's offense is that good. But
if you've got it, you could play Miami first 5 under. But there's so few.
I like that more, but it's probably going to be what, 2.5 maybe.
Yeah. Oh, at best. Yeah. There's so few.
With like -130 to the under, probably. I'd probably lean to under 2.5 in the first 5.
And there's so few books that's going to have that bet.
I know one book that has it. I don't know if I can say it on air, but I know a book that does have first 5 team totals.
Well, you know, because if you have it, you know it. 4.5 the first 5 total there. So yeah, you're probably looking at 2.5 for the Marlins.
Probably gonna be 2 even. I'd still lean to the under there. I do like Pearson a lot, and
yeah, he's been strong. This is a guy that we've heard about for a long time, and he has not disappointed so far. All right, next up, hey, how about those Kansas City Royals? Great comeback last night, only to falter in extra innings. Pinch hit for Alex Gordon. They put Ryan McBroom. Pinch hit for Alex Gordon in the 8th inning. Ryan McBroom.
Needs a little magic over there with a 2-run homer.
A 2-run homer is pinch hitting for Alex Gordon, dude, against the right hand.
I'm assuming you hated the move at the time.
I
forgot. Gordon's a switch or a lefty?
No, he's a lefty.
Yeah, so then they had Garrett in the games. That makes sense why they switched.
But yeah, that's it was an interesting play. That's it's kind of the first sign that
Gordon's nowhere near the player he used to be.
Yeah, that's.
Well, it was a lefty, so they also went for the righty matchup, and it worked out. So
it worked out, but the Royals then faltered on a terrible call, by the way. It should have been an out as took a call to strike. And
I'm going to ask you for extra innings purposes, because the Yankees haven't been to an extra inning game this season yet. When your team does not score in the top of the extra inning, do you just pack your bags and just go home, basically?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, the Royals had one out and had men on first and second, or first and third, and
Double play.
Yeah, took a pitch on 3-1 that was ball 4, was at the shins, way below the knee, and called it a strike 2, and that changed the dynamic of the entire inning. So.
I was assuming as much, that especially now that since you started the runner on second base, if you just don't score in the top of the 10th, it's basically a wrap.
Yeah, and that's what happened. They brought in Josh Staumont, and Joey Votto probably hit the best ball he's hit in 3 years. Drove it off the wall in center field.
Well, I believe yesterday I said Royals plus 1.5, so that was about a millimeter away from losing in walk-off home run fashion, but it hit the wall.
Yep. Worked out okay.
For me, I actually wrote an article about this game on winnersandwiners.com. For me, easy plays the over. For me, I don't know how you don't take an over with Wade Miley.
He's been beyond dreadful this season.
Wade Miley's terrible. I know Keller gave up no runs in his first start, but he only went about 5 innings. I'm expecting some form of regression.
Well, Wade Miley went 1 2/3 and gave up 5 earned.
Fun fact, that was my huge Chicago Cubs choke job sweat that I had about 3 weeks ago. Same game. So I saw Miley personally watching that game, and he looked like one of the worst pitchers in the entire league. He hasn't pitched since. He had some injury issues. I still think he's done. I'd fade him every time. And I think that the Royals have the ability to score runs. I think Cincinnati has the ability to score runs against Keller if he goes 5-6 innings. And the Royals bullpen might be a little bit tired after yesterday, because Bubik didn't really give them much length in that matchup. So I'm going to lean to the over.
Although everybody went just 1 inning, and they have an off day tomorrow. So
they might empty the tank, but you have to wonder if the bullpen guys would be a little bit less sharp because they pitched yesterday.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, because he really did want to win that game yesterday.
I'm assuming you also I know when I made the article, it was at 9, so I knew that was going to go up. 9 was an absolute joke. I'm assuming you still like it at 9.5. You like the over in this one?
Yeah, although I'm not convinced. Keller pitched really well.
No, he did, but he only went 5, right?
He only went 5, yeah, but it was his first start of the season after the Rona.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm assuming he's in probably go 6-7 max, but I don't think he's going to go scoreless to Cincinnati. I think he'll give up a couple runs here and there.
Yeah,
I see like 5-6 innings, 3 runs.
I think the Royals could absolutely pound Miley. That is.
I think the Royals have a decent shot to win this game. So if I had to lean anywhere, I'd lean Royals in the over.
Yeah,
I don't really have to lean anywhere. But,
yeah, although the of all the problems, Miley ran into problems with giving up 2 walks, and he didn't give him any home runs, and that's where you got to watch against the Royals with all the big right-handed bats. But I'd probably play the over there. I do like the Royals. You're still getting plus money.
Do you prefer the Royals money line or team total over?
I would probably play team total over at this point, just because you start investing in the Royals bullpen. But they've got it seriously juiced, dude. They've got 9.5 your total, and both teams are 5.5 as far as team total goes. So having looked at that, I'd probably lean Royals to win it plus 100. I like even money.
We agree on this matchup.
Braves and Yankees, and you got Tanaka going for the Yankees against Yanoa for.
You know what that means. You love them. But yeah, that means you get like 7 innings of Atlanta bullpen.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bullpen game for Atlanta. Although
you got Atlanta bullpen versus Tanaka, who has an ERA of 1.17.
Although they could get it went 2 1/3 last time out against Velasquez and Philly.
What is that, career high?
Theoretically, they could get 3 innings out of him.
That's what I'm saying. You got maybe 6 innings?
Yeah.
And the bullpen, that bullpen stinks.
Oh, yeah.
And the bullpen had to pitch a decent amount yesterday because Toussaint went 4 innings, 3 innings.
If you were good in the Atlanta pen, you'd be in the rotation.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Pretty much the way that is right now with it, because they're down to what do they got for starters? They've lost. They've lost.
They got Max Fried, who I think is pretty good.
They got Fried, okay, and they got Sean Newcomb.
Newcomb is useless. If this was a regular year, he probably would have been sent down to the minors by now. He's actually just been that bad.
Like he was last year.
Correct. He probably would have been sent down by now. It's not great. I'll tell you that much.
What do you like there?
I got a link to the Yankees. I don't know how you don't take the Yankees.
Minus 194. Minus 194.
What's the team total at?
Oh, probably going to be 5.5. The total's 9.5. So
probably what, 5.5 minus 130 minus 125.
Five and a half. No, you're getting juice the other side, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Minus 105 to the over. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I think
I'm taking that. Atlanta's given up at least 9 runs in each of their last 2 games, and they got a bullpen outing today.
I think that's the play. I think that's a better play than Yankees run line.
Definitely better than Yankees run line. I do like Tanaka, but Aaron Boone is so bad when it comes to managing bullpens. It's actually just dreadful how bad he is. I've talked about how much I hate Aaron Boone for a long period of time as a manager for the Yankees. If you used to watch me on Scott Selections when I was on StatSalt, I think he's an abysmal manager. We win games, but that's because we have such a huge payroll and we have a lot of talent. But I don't think it has anything to do with the manager. I don't have faith in him taking out Tanaka and bringing some scrubs out of the bullpen instead of the premier guys. I know they might be not bad in the 9th. I don't think it matters. The Yankees should probably score 6 runs in the first, 6 innings of this game?
Wow.
Yankees team total over is the move.
Yeah, and you're getting a better price in a run line. Although, you got to be careful getting with the home teams because, you talk about playing the home teams with the run line, but you
might not bad in the 9th, which is definitely a concern.
Yeah, you're losing what, 11%.
11%, but when you factor in Atlanta's bullpen, odds are that should be just icing on the cake to get to bat in the 9th.
Yeah, you should be able to get there. You should be able to get home in that one. Baltimore, Philly.
You see the highlight yesterday from the extra innings with the Phillies?
No, what happened?
So the Phillies were up 2 runs in I believe it was the 9th, I think. They're up 2 or 3 runs, and they choked it because they're Philly.
Yeah, I was watching it. I was watching the scores, right?
They're relying on Hector Neris, so they blew it. And the game goes to extras. Guy on second base start the inning. Guy hits a fly ball, a little bit of a line drive. Not really a frozen rope, but a line drive to center field.
Him off a second.
And the guy dives for the ball and misses.
Oh.
Ball rolls all the way to the wall inside the park, home run.
Beautiful.
That's something else. If that's not Philly baseball, I don't know what is. But, I'm rooting for Baltimore. Baltimore won me over. This team's just fun.
Look at Baltimore now. You thought they were dead. You were getting ready to shovel dirt on them. All of a sudden, they've won 3 straight. They're 8-7 again.
They can't pitch. They hit decently well. They're still missing Mancini, who's had his own cancer issues. So, I hope that works out. Good for them. Baltimore I thought was going to be terrible. I think everyone thought they were going to be terrible. And they've actually looked watchable for the first time.
They may be terrible today as they send Wade LeBlanc, which was one of my favorite fades last year.
LeBlanc's, I'll tell you what, he could have looked a lot worse so far this season.
Well, he's been serviceable
to some degree.
He's had one really bad outing.
Yeah, he's been serviceable to some degree, in comparison to usual, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you want to talk about an ERA of 6.9, serviceable, sure.
With an outlier in there, though, he hasn't been as
well. He's had one decent start. He's had one dreadful start, one bad start,
and the one decent start, I had the over with him against Boston. So that's a fun time.
Well played, my friend.
Of course.
I'll tell you who is pitching well is Zach Eflin, and he may not be able to go many innings. They're still stretching him out.
He's probably going to go 3 or 4.
He went 4 last time. I would think that if they could get 5 out of him, I think they'd be thrilled. He gave up just 4 hits last time, 2 runs, no earned.
Do you like laying minus 180 with Philly? Because I would never do it.
No, I don't like that, and I don't like backing LeBlanc. I'd probably go
over.
Oh God, they got it at 10 now, man.
I know. It's just a matter of F1 being on a pretty much a 5-inning max here. You got 4 innings of Phillies bullpen and potentially 4 innings of Baltimore bullpen. I don't know how I'm not supposed to take the over.
How about Phillies first 5 here, buddy?
That's an option.
I can go Phillies run line first 5 minus 135. Huh?
What's that, like minus 120?
Minus 135. Yeah, a little
That's
juicy.
not. That's not great.
Yeah, I don't love anything about
I
this.
think I'd have to lean to the over if I had to play anything because both bullpens getting more than 3 innings of work is just a blessing.
Yeah, fair enough. They've got it. Yeah, they're taking it to 10, but okay. All right. So what about we got the Mets and the Nats here, man.
I don't see any lines up for that one because the Mets haven't announced who's pitching, so I can't really attest to it. I'd lean
I've
to the Nationals because they've won the first 2 games of the series.
I've got
I see Anibal Sanchez for the Nationals. I don't see who's
yeah,
pitching for the Mets.
I've got Oswalt listed.
Oh, so it's a bullpen day.
Looks like it's going to be a bullpen day for the Mets. I'm trying
Yeah,
to see.
a bullpen day for the Mets. See, I'll take the Nationals. I'll take the
Trying to-
Nationals. I'll take the Nationals on the run line on that one.
Yeah, I don't know how official that is because that's like I said, that's just on one site. But I still think it's going to be a bullpen day either way.
Well, the fact that Oswald's even being mentioned as a potential starter means it's a bullpen day because Oswald's a 1 inning guy max.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It doesn't even matter who's starting at that point. You're just going to get a bunch of bullpen guys.
Although Anibal Sanchez has been terrible. So what do you set that number at? Do you think you take that to 10 or you say at 9.5?
I think you kind of have to move it to 10, right? Or like 9.5 minimum.
9.5 minimum for sure.
I don't know. What do you think the Nationals price?
You can get that right now at 9.5. I can get the Mets. I can get the Nats at minus 115, Mets plus 105. The only thing they don't have up is a run line right now.
My question is, would you rather have the over 9.5 or just take the Nationals team total over?
No, take over 9.5. Because Sanchez has been dreadful too.
I know that Alonso got benched, so I don't know if he's going to play. He's been terrible this season. I don't know if he's going to play or not. But you might want to factor that in if you do like the over because you might not get Alonso in the lineup. So I agree with you. It's a matter of I trust Anibal Sanchez to bounce back more than I trust the Mets bullpen to bounce back. So I'd lean to the Nationals run line.
One of those teams scores 7 runs. That's my.
Oh, of course, and I think that the Mets, based on how they performed so far this series offensively, it's probably going to be the Nationals.
Yeah.
So I'd probably just lean to the Nationals run line, but I don't have any lines out, so I can't really answer that.
Yeah, you would think at minus 115, you think that run line would be somewhere in the neighborhood of plus 140.
Yeah.
Something in that neighborhood.
Potentially. And I think that's a steal because the Mets bullpen could easily give up 10 runs at any given game.
You maybe get a little sweeter than that, maybe 145, something along those lines.
Take a sprinkle on Soto home run or something. Just go nuts with it, I guess. Like I don't know.
That's a fair play. Run line. That's good value on the run line there.
I think that for the Mets bullpen to be pitching a full 9 innings, let alone 3 innings, just kick back, get some popcorn ready, and watch the balls fly out of Citi Field.
Yeah, of course. The wild card in that is Sanchez, who's been just awful.
Correct.
16 hits over 10 in the third, 9 earned.
Oh, he's not great. It's just a matter of the Mets.
Oh, he's not great at all.
The lineup hasn't really looked that sharp. So
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch him fly. Just crack a beer, bet you're over, and sit in the rocking chair.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Milwaukee. It's been a pretty good series, Scotty.
Milwaukee rallied the troops yesterday and came from behind. They're down 4-1, I believe. They scored 5 unanswered.
Twins minus 128, Milwaukee plus 118. 9's the number there. As
Maeda versus Lauer.
Maeda goes against Lauer. Yeah. Lauer was dreadful in his start. Maeda has looked pretty good. Looks like Toronto, traded for the wrong pitcher, basically.
Is there any way that we can not assume Minnesota's right-handed bats are going to absolutely destroy Lauer in this game?
I don't think so.
I got to lean to the Twins. I'm going to go Twins money line on this one. I actually like Maeda. I think Maeda's pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. Lauer was dreadful. He gave up 6 earned in 3 innings. Gave up 1 home run, 3 walks. There's nothing to like about that.
With that righty lineup in Miller Park, Lauer, I'm rooting for you, Lauer.
Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Have fun with that. I think you're getting a good price on Minnesota right there. I'll take Minnesota lay that minus 128. I think that's fine.
Fair.
You okay with that?
Yeah, it sounds right to me.
All right. Yeah, you're not catching enough value. You go plus 120 on the run line. To me, that's not quite.
It's not great.
Not enough to get me involved there. Alrighty. And what do we got? Tampa Bay, Boston is going to be the It's going to be the next one here. I'll shoot.
You got Astros, Giants, but I don't know who's pitching for the Giants either.
Yeah, I got them listed differently in different places. I'm going back and forth. It's Giants, Astros, 9's the number there. Astros minus 189. Giants plus 174.
I've already roasted Gabe Kapler about 2 weeks ago for not listing the pitcher already. I already went through this rant.
I got Trevor Cahill listed, by the way.
The point is, I don't know who's pitching. Can you pick somebody?
Trevor Cahill, thank you.
Can you pick somebody? It's noon. Just pick somebody.
Still Trevor Cahill.
Okay. I'm surprised to even hear Trevor Cahill still in the league.
I was kind of stunned at that myself. Seemed to be an Atlanta Brave, most likely.
I actually got to see who even won yesterday's game. Oh, the Giants did win yesterday. Good for them.
Yeah, Giants came back and beat them.
I know they came from behind. I just saw it going extras. I actually didn't know who won the game.
That's so excellent. The Giants pitching is so bad.
It's so bad. I got to lean Greinke, but I'm not happy about it.
No, Greinke's having a Greinke year. He's been a hard luck. But Houston hasn't won a game he's pitched yet. He's got a 3.0 ERA, a WHIP of 1.
When you say won a game, do you mean as a team or do you mean he just hasn't gotten a decision?
As a team, no. I don't look at pitchers' wins.
That's what I'm saying. I was making sure we're on the same page.
No. Oh, Houston's 0-3. And of course, he's faced Kikuchi, Canning, and Bassett.
Well, Bassett's not bad, but Kikuchi should be a free win.
Yeah, Kikuchi and Canning, he was dreadful against Seattle and Kikuchi. Which I guess, dude, don't look now. Kikuchi hasn't been horrible.
Don't look back now. Get your stock back.
He was an auto fade for me all year last year.
Well, he should have been an auto fade for you all of last year.
Well, he was. So, what do you like there? You like you see any value anywhere in that game?
It's pretty tough to find. I'm not really sure what to think of Trevor Cahill. I guess I'd lean to the over. I guess because both combined
play
both
over 5.5.
I would probably take the over 9. I know Greinke's been pretty good, but both games in that series have totaled at least 10 runs.
Yeah.
Houston's bullpen's terrible. San Francisco's bullpen's terrible. Greinke, even though he has done decently well, he hasn't gotten results to go his way. And it's just both bullpens are so bad, and it's such a hitter-friendly ballpark. I feel like I kind of have to take the over 9. But the Giants' offense has actually not been as bad as I thought it was going to be.
I'm so tempted to take a plus 174 spin on the Giants here.
You really could, and I wouldn't complain about it because I don't think Houston at this stage with Dusty Baker at the helm and how they're playing right now, they're a 500 baseball team. They shouldn't be playing minus 170 something.
Yeah,
I'm not going to stop you from leaning to the Giants there. I'd lean to the over because it's kind of the same idea because I just think both bullpens are bad. There's so many bad bullpens in the league. It's actually
it's and I almost shot you a text yesterday about that. About just
it's not KBO level bad, but it's pretty bad.
It's awful. All right. So what do we got? What do we got left here? Rays and the Red Sox.
Tampa run line, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the run line like? Plus 120.
What's that?
What's the run line now? Like plus 120?
No value. Minus 102.
That's just bad.
Just 49 cents of value there. Snell goes against Godley.
Well, Godley's not any good. The issue is that if you want to take a Rays team total over, you don't really get much of the action from Snell, and Snell was great against the Yankees in his last start. So you kind of want the action on Snell because he's just a very solid pitcher.
Well, Snell's but he hasn't gone any distance yet.
No, I know. That's why I'm thinking if you want to go anywhere, you go first 5 run line.
Yeah, maybe first 5 under.
It's really a trick. Then you're taking Godley with the first 5 under.
Yeah, I know. That's the downside.
And the issue is that even if you take Tampa first 5 under, then you get no action from Boston's terrible bullpen.
Right.
There's a lot of ways that you can go at this. I think all the ways that we have are fading Boston. So, yeah, I like Tampa, I guess.
I would also consider just playing the over there at 9. That opened at 8.5, Scott.
With Fenway and Boston's bullpen.
What the hell were they thinking?
8.5 with Boston. Clearly they weren't thinking.
Was that a team total? Yeah, 8.5. That game opened at Fenway. Yeah, okay. Unless that's Pedro against Roger Clemens, I don't see that. I don't see the value there. Yeah.
I'd probably just take the Rays on the money line at minus 152.
Okay.
But you could go first five run line there. But I kind of want that Boston bullpen as much as possible.
Yeah, I agree with that. Excuse me. All right, Seattle, Texas. Man, here's a this is a.
I actually have no thoughts on this game because both starters have actually looked somewhat mediocre up to this point.
Well, yeah, they've
not great, but not awful.
Well, they've got I don't know what your definition is. Jordan Lyles 6.75 ERA, 1.71 WHIP. Taijuan Walker 5.79 ERA, 1.2 WHIP. So he's maybe pitched a little bit of unluck.
He's been better lately. I know Walker got shelled in his first start this season. He's looked a lot better since.
He had one great start. One great start, and then his other two he gave up 9 runs in 7 innings. But he had one good start against Oakland.
I was trying to say that they've looked okay because they've shown some flashes, so to speak, but both starters aren't great.
Taijuan Walker has shown a flash. 7 innings, 1 hit, no runs against Oakland. So yes, that's an outstanding.
I believe I had Oakland team total over on that one. If you notice the trend,
that sounds right, and that's a good play because Walker had been just lit up the start before that, and with that start, it took his ERA to 5.79 so. Just back that up. You made 3 starts. One of those starts was 7 innings, no runs, and you still have an ERA of 5.7.
Not ideal, but I mean, he's I believe in the words of our own Winning Willie, he's due for a good.
He's due, baby. It's the Texas Rangers fallacy. Anything to get involved with here?
I'd lean over.
You're getting 9 in Texas.
I'm gonna lean over. I mean, the 9 in Texas doesn't really mean much because Texas has not been able to hit in their own ballpark all season long. But I'm going to lean to the over anyway because both teams have underwhelming bullpens. The Mariners might have the worst bullpen in the entire league.
Oh, that's a tough call. That's a tough call. After San Diego stepped up the other day, they just might.
San Diego has stepped up. Colorado stepped up. Arizona stepped up. Pittsburgh still takes the cake for me. But Seattle's easily top 3 for worst bullpens. They are awful on the bullpen. They're bringing up Brian Shaw. That's how you know it's bad. Yeah,
they're Seattle bullpen 6.25 ERA and 5.06 on the road. So they've actually been better on the road.
They only give up 5 runs per game on the road for the bullpen.
Right. Yeah, that's.
I'm leaning over.
And they get used a lot. They're averaging over four innings a game.
Let's be real. You're at 9, so 4-4. You get the extra inning automatic push draw. Really not bad. I like the 4. Yeah. I got to go with the over.
Yeah, and I'd get on it quick. I think that goes to 9.5 by game time.
I can guarantee you it's not going back to 8.5 by game time.
Going back to 8.5, baby. That's right. If you're going to sit and wait for 8.5, you're going to have a long wait on that one. All right, last game of the day. Padres and those Los Angeles Dodgers. Padres giving them a little something here, bud, and they're going to send Zach Davies to the mound against Tony Gonsolin. So,
are you a fan of Davies or no?
I want to like him. I think he has real potential. He's pitched decently this season so far. Made 3 starts. Yeah, I want to see, what are we getting here? Padres plus 136 against the Dodgers. I don't know, man. I'm tempted.
I kind of like the under.
Late night game in Los Angeles. 9 is the number there. That's a pretty high number for a Dodgers game. I'm
gonna lean under because, believe it or not, San Diego's bullpens actually kind of look decent in the series, at least somehow. Yeah. I don't know why the Dodgers can't hit San Diego's bullpen because everybody else can. Yeah. But I think 9's too high. Gonsolin hasn't given up a run yet this season. He's been okay. Davies could implode. I've seen it before, but I think he could go 5 innings, 2 runs. I'll lean under. I think 9's a bit too high. I think this game could end, 5-2, 5-3?
Yeah, and that's, again, we talked about it the other day. You talk about out on the West Coast, that heavy air at night, especially this time of year. Once you get starting, not quite, but I really like playing it later in the year. We're starting to get there, though, later in August, early September. Yeah, I like the unders out there
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. Gonsolin's gone to one game. He's going to pitch 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Yeah, I'll lean under there. It does seem unlikely that San Diego sweeps. I know you can't really look at it that way, but this is a Dodgers team that's played a 6-11 overs versus unders. So that's an under team.
I think the one thing that I've noticed from most of baseball is that there hasn't really been any dominant team up to this point. When you're really looking at the records, the Yankees looked like that earlier. The Yankees looked like that early on, and then they ended up losing to the Phillies a couple games, so they kind of still have a decent record, but whatever. Atlanta's pitching imploded. The Dodgers have a losing record at home, and they're 11-7. They're tied with the Padres. I mean, who's the best two records right now? Oakland and Colorado.
Oakland is
12 anymore. Like I don't know.
12-6. Colorado is 12-5.
I think those are the best two records in baseball.
Those are the two best records in baseball. And the other thing is, on the other side of it, there's only just one horrible team, and that's the Pirates. Pirates are 9 out.
They're so good.
Everybody else is within.
What's the Cubs record actually?
The Cubs are. Cubs are. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we did miss those Cubbies. Cubbies are 11-3, buddy.
I thought they had a great record. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Cubs are 11-3.
They were my pick in the division a couple months ago.
They're kind of running away and hiding in that division. Although it's going to be a hell of a battle for second place in that division.
Well, it's pretty easy when it's a 5-team division, but only 4 teams are playing.
Well, but but the Cardinals, they were on pause, but they're just 2-3 on the season, so everybody's one game below 500.
Yep, except the Cubs.
Except the Pirates, who are just they're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even my Kansas City Royals, dude, as bad as they play, they're 4 games out of first. So you want to dream a little bit. Unless you're a Pirates fan, if you want to dream a little bit, you'd still be invested in this season. It's not.
Even the Red Sox are like 6, and I think the Red Sox are also like 4 out of a playoff spot. So they're
Red Sox are just 3.5 back of Tampa for the second playoff spot.
Yeah, Boston's going to finish in the basement of the AL East, or at least they're probably 4th. I don't know if they're going to beat Baltimore. That team's terrible.
Baltimore is officially a quarter of the way through the season. They're 1 game over 500.
I want them to make the playoffs. I think it'll be hilarious.
I so want to see. Okay, so all right, here's a question for you, Scott, and then we got to get out of here. But of Detroit, Baltimore, and Miami, who's most likely to make the playoffs?
Most likely?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I gotta lean Marlins because the entire NL East is garbage.
I agree. I totally agree. There's only 2 teams.
You play with the other 2 teams, and you look at Detroit, and you could say, well, Minnesota's obviously going to win the division, and the White Sox actually look pretty good. So Detroit, even though they have looked okay, you still have the Indians in there. Your division isn't as much of a pushover as you thought it was going to be.
Right.
And then the Orioles, even though that division isn't good, Tampa and New York are still going to pick them apart when they play a handful of times during the season.
You got to think so.
So I got to lean to
Toronto's been competitive.
I think Miami can steal a couple games against every opponent they have in the NL East.
I agree. I totally agree. Only 2 teams are over 500 in that division. That's Miami and the Braves. And the Braves, we've documented it every single day, have a lot of pitching problems.
Mm.
So yeah, you and I are still trying to put together a side bet on whether or not the Braves make the playoffs or not. But yeah, okay. So there you go. Hey, that's our baseball show today, guys. It's always been a lot of fun. I don't know about you. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the chaos. I love this. I love that all the experts were wrong, including us, who completely poo-pooed Miami, the Marlins, Miami, Baltimore, and who's the other one? The Tigers. Yeah, hated all those teams. You and I absolutely agreed. All 3 of those teams will be complete.
Well, it looked pretty good though for the Pirates and the Mariners. So we haven't been completely wrong on all of the bad teams.
No, we have not. And we said the Royals were going to be. Well, we said the Royals would be in 4th place, and they're going to have
probably cash your Pirates under already. Just go up to the book. Listen. They might not even win 10 games. Just pay me out already. I've had enough.
What do you do? What do you do if you have if you had win totals in the shortened season, how does that work? If the
What do you mean?
well, let's say you had you had Pittsburgh.
You have to play 60 games for action.
Is that the deal? Was that the caveat?
It's either 59 or 60 games. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So yeah, if you had the Cardinals win total under 31,
Unless they play 60 somehow, yeah, you just get your money back at that point.
fair enough. All right, buddy. Thanks a lot for doing it. Let's have a great day. We've got some great daytime baseball to watch, and it should be fun. So for myself,
I got my Islanders at 3 p.m. So
that's right. Got the Islanders today, and they're up 1-0, right?
No, it's game one.
First game. That's right. It's the real playoffs now. They just took care of business to play themselves in. That's right.
Yep.
All right. Should be a hoot. And we'll be back again to do it tomorrow. So for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at winnersandwhiners.com, hey, don't forget to stop by Winners and Whiners, seriously, for all your capping needs, deep dives into all the baseball games, all the basketball games, NHL, UFC. Yeah, so make sure you're stopping by and checking out winnersandwhiners.com. Check out Scott and I as we do videos on each and every game every single day. So make sure you check those out on our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Do all the stuff that helps us out. We appreciate it in these times of need. We are here for you, and give back by giving us the thumbs up on the videos and subscribing to the YouTube channel. All right. So you guys take care. Have a great day. Good luck on all of your plays today. Hope all of them cash. Hope you're doing nothing but cash and those tickets. We'll see you as you head back to the window. All right. You guys take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.